Hey, Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your September 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Aries, September is going to be a very powerful month for you. I'm getting that this is the month where you're really going within. You're getting honest with yourself about the next steps moving forward on your journey. And it was interesting as well because as I was tuning in here to your energy and shuffling the cards, Spirit was telling me that you've made a contract in the 5D. There's some sort of soul contract that you are awakening into this earthly realm. It's something that you're fulfilling. So don't be surprised if you surprise yourself, right? Because you're getting honest. You do have the Seven of Swords showing up here in reverse. You have a lot of new beginnings. You have the High Priestess here. You have the Tower in reverse. So a lot going on. I'm excited to dive into this reading because I feel like you're going to achieve some milestones that you've been working towards for a long time. Now, your key themes for the month of September. You have here, Aries, the great outdoors, and you have letting go. I feel that it's important for you to get some me time, right? Take some downtime this month to focus on the things that matter most to you. This could be a great opportunity to travel, to take a last minute getaway. If you live in an area that is going maybe from summer to spring, you may be enjoying the last few weeks of summer. I feel for some of you, there could be a time to just unplug this month. This is a time to unplug, get out in nature, ground your energy. You're going to want to ground this month because, again, there's a lot of realizations, a lot of epiphanies, and possibly some aha moments coming in with the High Priestess. Things that maybe you were blinded to before, maybe you didn't want to see before, you just weren't quite sure how to take off that blindfold to move forward. This is the month. I'm getting that out of 2023, this may be one of the most pivotal months on your soul's journey here to date for the year of 2023. So again, there's something that you're letting go of. This can be a relationship, a toxic job, a pattern, a health concern. This month for you is all about letting go of the old. It could even be old contracts that were partly made in that 3D where your soul said, all right, I need to ascend. I've finished a lesson. I've completed. It's time to move on. So this month is all about liberating yourself. It is about goodbyes, closure, ascension. And that can feel difficult at times, but you're ready. You're prepared. I see here that your heart is wide open. You have 2 chakra cards, which we'll talk about here in a moment. But I absolutely feel without a doubt, you're ready for this ascension. You're ready to finally move forward here. Some of you, maybe you're saying, Melissa, I've been ready. I've been ready for quite some time to move forward, but there could have still been issues or challenges in the 3D that you were working through. And I feel like now's the time. Divine timing was at play here, and now there's going to be a lot of movement. This is about going with the flow. You've learned the life lessons here in a situation that maybe you've struggled with for years. Many of you, this could be 10 years, 20 years, maybe even since childhood. But the good news is here, and I feel like this is such a powerful, impactful reading. The good news is you're hitting these milestones. This is all about accomplishment. It's about feeling victory. Why and how? Because you're being honest with yourself. You know now what you possibly couldn't see in the past, right? You couldn't see it while you were in it because maybe your emotions were too invested. Maybe you were needing to learn some challenges. Therefore, sometimes our intuition, I don't want to say it dims down, but we tend to really dive deep into the human experience where we don't always see the spiritual lesson in it. But I feel like you are hitting a big level of achievement here. You could be getting a ceremony. There may be a ceremonial type of energy here, maybe around the moon, right? New moon, full moon. Some of you could be celebrating some sort of win or success at work. This could be an announcement. I'm getting some sort of exciting news as well. This could be something you already know about, or you may receive some exciting news. Okay, there's an achievement here, and you're gonna feel like you've been a success here on earth. Excuse me. There's something here you're excited about, and I feel it's going to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of emotional wealth, and possibly, even though I don't see tons of Pentacle cards here for you, well, you do have a couple. I feel like this could be financial wealth as well, because there's a new beginning here. There's a new offer because you decided to get honest with yourself and say, you know, maybe that was making the money, or maybe it wasn't, but that's not really what I want to be doing. So you are pivoting, you're course correcting, as I like to say here, and you're going to feel successful moving forward. You're going to no longer second guess yourself, because there's something that you may have felt a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit back and forth, whether you had that blindfold on and you just weren't ready to take it off, or maybe the human experience that you were in, the emotions were wishy-washy and you felt like you couldn't see clearly. That's about to really take shape in a new direction here. All right, so the tarot cards pulled, I actually did something a little more clarity, we should say, this month. Is I pulled your overall main tarot, but then we have a tarot on top of it to clarify. And your first card out here is the Ace of Pentacles. This is all about prosperity. There's something new here that's beginning, and I really like this because you can see the apples. You can see the apples on the tree. And it's not a full apple tree, but there are plenty of apples that are going to grow. I also sense here in the physical realm, in the month of September, some of you may be picking apples, going to an apple orchard, or apples could be significant. Maybe you're getting together with family, baking apple pies. Maybe you've just bought an apple scented candle as well. Please take that as it resonates. But to clarify this new beginning in the physical realm, again, a contract made in the 5D in order for you to fulfill here on earth. And this is about Seven of Coins is clarifying here, and this is the fruits of your labor. So it's really interesting that you have the apple tree showing up, because if something was diminishing your energy, you're heading towards a new beginning, and that's what you're getting honest about, because you do have the Seven of Coins in reverse to clarify why and how you're moving towards this new beginning. Is because something you've learned, okay? Something you've learned, or you know that it wasn't going to sustain you, fulfill you, or it wasn't bringing you that sweetness, that the sweet results that you wanted, that you were seeking out. Maybe one time you thought that they were going to bear fruit and it was going to be a full-on apple tree here, but there's a new tree that's been planted, and possibly even quite some time ago, that you're finally saying, yes, this is the direction. So I love this energy showing up for you. Now, Aries, you have here the Seven of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles. So something here you're letting go of. Okay, I feel like it has to do with part of your main theme, which literally is letting go. And this could be letting go of the lies that we tell ourselves. It could be letting go of a deceitful person, betrayal, something that hurt us, right? Because this Seven of Swords can be the card of deception. It can be the card of envy. It can be those lower vibrations that we sometimes get attached to here in the earthly realm, but the masks are off, and the Seven of Swords did show up in reverse, which makes sense because you're letting go, releasing some sort of attachment, and I feel like all the masks are off. You can see the truth of a situation. Again, that blindfold that we talked about, you're able to see clearly. Now, it doesn't mean you absolutely love what you see, but on a soul level, you know that you are heading towards something bigger, something better. There's a different area or different energy that's going to bear way more fruit than something that you've had in the past here. You are working through this. I still sense that you are working on letting some of these beliefs, addictions, health issues, limiting factors, attachments, right? Something here you're working on letting go of because you were really hanging on tightly to it. And it could even be a scarcity, poverty conscious mindset. It could be fear of not having enough, right? Fear of not finding the one to spend your life with, fear of not having enough money to retire, fear of not having, the money to pay your bills each month. The fear, you know, fear. We can get stuck in that mode of fear. But the good news is fours actually represent stability. So I feel like you are setting aside the fear, right? Because fear is a big part of the human experience, and it doesn't mean that we should have an absence of it. Fear is supposed to be with us, but it's not supposed to run the ship. And I feel like that's something you're loosening the control or the restraints on here. And you're getting honest with yourself. You may even be getting honest with another person here. Okay, but I feel like it's yourself because your next card is the High Priestess and the Fool. This is big. This is a new beginning. And again, in the past, you were oblivious to something, okay? And you may even have been a little bit hard on yourself because you're thinking, I'm intuitive, I'm spiritual, why didn't I see this coming? For one, Aries, you weren't meant to know at that time because that was part of the lesson. That was part of the experience. Now you know. If you were to know, you wouldn't have you would have missed some very important steps along the way. So cut yourself some slack. Some of you may have, been really hard on yourself. Why didn't I see that? Why did I go with that? Why did I stay in that situation so long? How come I didn't break free from it sooner? Right? We can't go back and change the past, but what we can do is we can have this new beginning, and we can accept that things in our past happen for our growth, for our evolution, for our soul's experiences. So a new beginning is being offered to you, and I feel like you are waking up. You have the High Priestess here, and this is about spiritual awareness. There could have been a secret as well. There could have been some sort of secret that you were privy to, okay, or something was exposed to you. You could be letting go of some sort of secret, or something was exposed, because the High Priestess, she's also quite mysterious. She can be secretive. So this could have been something around you, and you are actually offering yourself this new beginning because you don't want to be in the Seven of Swords. No one does. I think it's Nick Ashbro says the Seven of Swords is like the cousin of the devil, right? We don't want that devil. However, the devil is going to show up in our lives from time to time, whether we want it to or not. But it's up to us to decide, do we want to attach to what the devil is showing us? Or are we going to move forward within that spiritual awareness? So I feel like you've learned a very valuable lesson. So if you take anything from the past, know that your intuition didn't betray you, beautiful Aries. Your intuition is strong and is on point, but you forget sometimes that you have these human experiences, and now you have a new experience that is being offered to you. So we got to let go of the past, let go of some shame, lies, bitterness, resentments. There could be forgiveness coming in here, forgiveness required. That may be part of a lesson. Okay, some of you are teaching others or helping others work through some self-deception that maybe they need to work on as well. This could be a partnership. This could be within your own children, okay? Children here. This could be matters of the heart. Maybe in your professional world, you help people out. But now we have here your next card, Heart Chakra. Now, when we talk about matters of the heart, clarifying this, you have the King of Cups. Emotional maturity is what's coming in here. This is about peaceful diplomacy, finding peace, even though there's something here that maybe you kept hidden from someone. Okay, I feel like something is coming out into the open, or maybe you're keeping it a little bit hidden with yourself, but you now know the truth. Okay, but you're sticking to a peaceful plan. You don't want to necessarily rock the boat so much that you have this tower moment come in and rock your world. I feel like the tower moment is something that you actually have a little bit of control over, because you have that showing up in your next card here. So the heart chakra is saying that you're getting a hold of your emotions before you make some choices. You are evolving. You have evolved. That heart chakra is breaking wide open for a lot of you, maybe due to some sort of pain, grief, loss, or attachments, but you're actually breaking wide open for you to know yourself and your heart more than you ever have in this lifetime. So this is powerful. When the King of Cups came up to clarify the heart chakra, I was filled with so much emotion that I might have even had a tear coming out of that eye. And so for some of you here, this is about you finding ways to work through the heart. Some of you, when it comes to health on an energetic level, this heart chakra is again about healing, forgiveness. It is about letting go of the bitterness, the pain, the resentments, loneliness, isolation, depression, anxiety, everything that can stem in this heart center. Now, on a physical level, please seek professional guidance if need be, but some of you may have even had some issues, or you still have issues within the heart region, whether it's heart palpitations, whether it is restriction. Maybe you've had a heart murmur, heart attack, anything with the heart here as well. Okay, possibly pleurisy, pneumonia, something within the lungs, breast cancer. This can all stem from the heart chakra area when we create that dis-ease in the body, whether due to circumstances that life throws at us sometimes, even though we are well aware of it prior. This is about you working through some of these heart energy issues. So I feel for a lot of you, you're letting go of some things that have been buried in that heart center, and you're coming up on top of the game here. Aries, King of Cups, is someone who's very loving, very supportive, emotionally intelligent. They've grown to be patient, and I feel like that's what you're doing, because you don't want to have this tower moment come in and wreak havoc, right? You want to be patient and wait for some sort of a right time. There's some timing involved here, but I also sense that you're letting go of this so you don't have this tower moment come in based on emotional reactions. When the King of Cups comes in, he can be a little bit distant until you get on his side, or until there's trust built. So even if this is something that's happened in the past, you're opening your heart up to new opportunities here. Which we have with the Fool. This is for you to love fully and entirely, for you to attract the type of partnerships, relationships, commitments, opportunities that are based on loyalty, commitment, trust, responsibility, and spiritual connections as well. That's really important for you here. Now, the next cards out we have are the Six of Cups and the Tower in reverse, though. So this is good. Something of the past is coming in for you here, because this can be memories of love. Okay, this can be remembering the good times that you shared instead of just focusing on the bad. Sometimes we just focus, or we see all the negative, and we forget that, yes, there were good memories as well. Some of you could even be writing a memoir. You may be journaling or sharing your story of the past. That could actually help you divert from a tower moment. And I think you have that in one of your cards here. Where can you create pleasure out of pain? Possibly. We'll see when we get to your soul's truth, but it's not so much pleasure. Where can you create purpose? That's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. Creating purpose out of the pain that maybe you've gone through in the past, out of the lessons, out of the experiences. There's something here you're being divinely guided to do, and I feel like this has a lot to do with that 5D contract that you've made. Some of you have recently made this, and this is interesting even to myself as a intuitive, and I connect to spirit. I always, I tended to veer towards the soul contracts made prior. I didn't always I knew we have free will, right? But I didn't always realize that we can have new 5D contracts while we're presently living, I hope that makes sense, in this earthly realm. So there's some shifts that are changing. Destiny is changing here. Some things that may not have planned out the way that you thought prior to coming here, you may be switching up. So I hope that makes sense. This can be about second chances. It can be healing the wounds of the past so you don't let them affect your future in a negative way. This is about needed transitions and changes. When the Six of Cups shows up, this is about kindness. It is about helping others out, as well as helping other people get through some changes and challenges as well. I feel like that's what you're creating purpose out of, helping other people, because you're able to help yourself, or you've gone through the experience of helping yourself. All right, let's take a look here. Your final cards for tarot. You have the sacral chakra with the 10 of Cups. Now, this may not be present right away for you, but it's definitely part of this new beginning. I mean, the 10 of Cups is beautiful. That's that emotional wealth. Sacral chakra is 2 inches, located about 2 inches below your navel. And that is your sexuality, sensuality, your pleasure. That is your creativity. It's relationships that you have with others. It's all about discovery as well, discovering who you are and that connection to self. This is formed typically in the maybe around 7, 8 years old and goes into the teenage years. And that can be finding out who you are. And it could also be societal conditioning. It can be friendships and family and where your loyalties lie, things of that nature. And so there could be some deep-seated sacral chakra energies that are coming to the surface here to be healed, for you to let go of, so you can have this 10 of Cups, which the 10 of Cups is always a beautiful energy. The 10 of Cups is about love and emotional wealth, unconditional love. It's about that fairy tale, right? But even in the fairy tale, Aries, there's always some sort of villain and, a bad guy and a good guy. But at the end, things come together as they should. And that's what you're realizing here as well. Even if it's been challenging, even if it's been a struggle, you can still have that fairy tale ending. And it wouldn't even be as good of a fairy tale ending if it didn't have all that stuff. All the challenges and the setbacks and the struggle, right? We wouldn't know the light without the dark. So I feel here for you, the sacral chakra is being activated, and this is your pleasure. This is pleasure for life. It is the pleasure of things that fill your cups. And I feel for you, these 10 cups are getting filled when it comes to career, when it comes to love, when it comes to health, when it comes to just knowing that you are living your purpose with integrity, with value, and with honesty. There's something here you're getting honest about. Okay, for others of you, there could have been some wounding in a family environment that had to do with the sacral chakra, sexual energy as well. So some of you are healing that on a deep level, and that's going to allow you to avert this tower that potentially could wreak havoc. But instead, what you're doing is right before you get to that tower, you're saying, okay, I don't want this to blow up. I want to be in control of myself instead of letting this disaster come in and control me. And so even though we want to release control, we're still having a human experience, and we do the best we can to control our environment, control our situations. But in this sense, I don't feel like it's control in the form of manipulation. I feel like it's accountability. It's responsibility. So this is a big, big energy reading here. If you guys are resonating with this, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the messages out there. Now, when it comes to health, they want me to back up and just talk about health. Energetically, the sacral chakra can be, again, the reproductive organs. It can be ovaries. It can be colonoscopies. It can affect the lower back region as well. This can be overactive at times. It can be underactive, possibly not feeling as much joy and pleasure as we would like. Sometimes people can have that overactive sacral chakra where they need to work on some of those issues that maybe have even stemmed from childhood wounding, okay, or from not feeling satiated in the pleasure of life. And so sometimes this can be about feeling emotionally incomplete and wanting to come up with new creative ideas to heal this area. This can also be very crampy at times. This can affect our bladder. It can even lead to our bowels as well. And even though this is more of the sacral energy, I am getting solar plexus. So this can even affect digestion. Some of you may be looking at what you eat. I'm getting here intestinal regions as well. Okay, so sacral chakra is a little bit muddied with that solar plexus and the root chakra. So you may have some things going on in that area at this time. Ways for you to balance that out. You can work with loving the self, right? Work with stepping outside of your comfort zone, doing things that bring you more pleasure, filling your cup with things that bring you happiness and emotional wealth, emotional love. Most importantly, being true to yourself, being truthful to others as well. Eating orange foods, even yellow I'm getting with that solar plexus, fruits, vegetables, getting out in the sunshine, working with orange crystals. Specifically, carnelian is a really wonderful one. For those of you that don't know what carnelian looks like, carnelian is this beautiful orange energy and can work directly with that sacral chakra. All right. In terms of career, you have the money tree, which is beautiful because not only do you have that apple tree that's in full bloom, this is something you're heading towards, financial growth, things coming to fruition, which we talked about here with this new opportunity. So whether this is a promotion, some of you may be graduating or getting some sort of certification or award or recognition, this is going to lead to a lot more abundance in your finances. But I'm also getting emotionally as well. It's going to fulfill you on all levels, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and it's going to be something that aligns more with what you consider stability. This could even be a family business. It could be something where you leave a legacy behind for your own family, for your own children. It could help them out. This is also something that may be outdoors. Maybe some of you work on a ranch, maybe on an apple orchard or a farm, right? Some of you work with wellness or products that come from nature is what I'm getting here as well with the tree. The outdoors job, I feel, has to do with something that is sustainable, that's going to be around for a while. And it could pertain to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, right? It's that earth energy as well. So I feel like you're grounding yourself in this opportunity, this idea, this job, this business, whatever this is, that's going to bring you well into retirement and some. This could be regenerative income where you do it a couple times and it's working smarter, not harder, right? You write a book and you have the profits coming in. You buy an Airbnb and you have the profits coming in. Yes, there's going to be upkeep and things of that nature, but I feel some sort of opportunity that you are partaking in is going to bear fruit. So keep that in mind, Aries, when things get a little bit rough with finances. There's a new direction here. The feather card is all about abundance, easy money. There it is, working smarter, not harder. Because why? Divine intervention is happening. And that's what I was picking up on earlier as well. So this is about travel for some of you, maybe working from anywhere in the world, working remotely, working on things that maybe you thought they didn't hold a lot of weight, but they do. Okay. Because the feather here, it talks about light work, but I feel like it's something that's actually going to bear a lot more fruit than you think. And it may have been a light idea at first, or it may have been a pipe dream, maybe even since childhood with that 6 of Cups. But I feel like it's going to bear more impact, more financial abundance, more emotional wealth than you even realize or recognize at this time. So this is really powerful. Some of you, this is a big piece of your divine mission, your divine purpose, because there is divine intervention happening, because there needed to be a mask coming off, and they're showing me that again here. And you have the mask showing up twice. So some sort of truth is unfolding, and you're part of this truth, whether you're getting honest with yourself, and I feel like that's a big piece of it, right? Or you are exposing some sort of deception and dishonesty in others, right? This is about secrets coming out. This is about finding money. There could have been theft. Someone may have even stolen your ideas, stolen your reputation, or stolen your identity. Okay. Some of you could have even been catfished. Whoa. For those of you in love. Okay. Or maybe you were the one catfishing. Please take it as it resonates. But I do feel here that all masks are coming off. You're not dealing with facades. You're not dealing with, people who just are not real, because that was part of the lesson in the past. And now you can see through it like a crystal, a clear crystal, right? You can see right through it. And now you're not letting anything get in your way that doesn't feel authentic, that doesn't feel real. You're liberating yourself from that. Some of you are actors as well. You're really, really good at acting. You're a performer. You could be an influencer. There's a energy here of glowing up. And I feel like you don't even realize how much of a glow up this is going to be for you, this new opportunity. If this is a book that you're publishing, whew, it could be a bestseller. If this is, a play or a movie that you're directing, some of you, I feel like there could be some sort of series involved. Maybe it's on Gaia, right? I don't even know how you would even connect with that, but some of you, you have the connections, you have the ties. There could be podcasts here. This could be writing a book. This could be, starting a YouTube channel and it blowing up. And I feel like all it takes is that one moment of you being truly entirely authentic and connecting to your audience. That's going to be big. And for others of you, this is about your hidden potential. This is about you taking off that mask and being who everyone else wanted you to be, right? And saying, who am I? Underneath it all, who am I? And I feel like you are taking a little bit of a walk. They're just showing me Alice in Wonderland. When Alice goes down that, that hole. And the whole thing is about her personal journey of, going into the unknown. And she eats, what is it, the biscuit, and well, there's the glow up, right? Glow up. But ultimately, it is about going along the path and the journey, meeting amazing, incredible, yet interesting creatures along the way, finding herself and knowing that divine timing is at play. That rabbit that runs around, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. That's the ego self here. And maybe you're sticking that to the side and you're saying, maybe I'm not late. Maybe I'm 55 years old. I'm 75 years old. I can still do this. So for those of you that are letting your age get in the way, let's take that age, slap it over here, because it doesn't matter with what this is for you. Okay. That's just a number. Now, some of you are saying, well, Melissa, yeah, but you have to be a certain age for this or that or this or that. We are breaking through molds. We are shattering through glass ceilings. So if there is something that you are stuck on because of societal norms or standards, I want you to find a way through it. Go over it. Go under it, go on the side of it, or bulldoze right through it, but don't let that hold you back, because there's something quite powerful here for you. All right, what else do we have here? This is big. You guys, I'm loving this. This is probably one of my favorite readings I've done for you, Aries. Now, when it comes to love, well, first of all, let me back up here. When it comes to career, definitely a new opportunity coming in with this Ace of Pentacles, something that's going to last a long time coming. Some of you feel like you're starting over, and you may have some fears because of the past, but you're actually going to get quite quickly to either where you were. I'm getting within a month's time, months, not years. Things are going to happen quick for you, and you're going to go above and beyond anything that you're leaving behind. So if there's a fear of leaving something behind here, okay, let's scratch that fear and put it in the back seat, because it doesn't belong where you're going. And I feel like there's, happily ever after. You're going to be able to spend more time with those you love, help other people out, travel, do what you love, and be feeling that heaven on earth, right? Now, when it comes to love, a lot of you are getting honest with yourself about why patterns have showed up in your life. You may be getting honest about the role that you've played in the relationship. So many times we push blame onto the other person. We say, well, this person was codependent. This person was narcissistic. This person had mental issues. This person was crazy. This person cheated, right? Whatever it is that they did, even if they were the catalyst, right? Even if they were all of those labels or those things, it was part of a two-way process, a soul contract. And you're realizing the role that not only that person played, but the role that you yourself played. So when you realize this, you shift the blame game, you shift that control, and you shift those lower vibrations that we hold in the heart chakra, bitterness, anger, resentment, all of those things. And we shift it to more of that higher perspective of us having a spiritual experience with these people in our lives. Whether it's our mother, our father, whether it's a partner, a lover, a child, a coworker, a friend, a neighbor, whoever this is, especially the people that trigger you the most, right? Now, there could have been some codependent dynamics. Some of you are getting honest with yourself, because there could be, maybe you're staying, or you've stayed because of children. Maybe you've stayed because of finances. Okay, someone around you may have had an addiction. It could be a sex addiction with that sacral chakra. For others of you, someone wasn't emotionally available to mature, work through their stuff. And I feel like that could have been part of the lesson as well. But you have codependency here. Addictions can show up in all shapes, sizes, and forms, so as well as codependency. Whenever I get this card, this is like the devil coming in rear in its ugly head. So there's definitely a situation, whether this is someone else or yourself, you're getting honest about what you need to do to break free from this. Right? Now, there could have even been some past issues. Now, this says religious factors. It could be religious, but I feel more so of just different upbringings. It could be completely different values. It can be different beliefs. And maybe you struggled with that because you thought that, this person was on the same page as you. Maybe you wanted to move to the ocean and they wanted to move to the mountains. And maybe they wanted to have kids and you didn't. Or now the truth is coming out. Maybe you thought that both of you had these same values or these same goals, but now you're seeing that maybe that wasn't true, or maybe you changed your mind, or maybe they did. And that's part of that fate and destiny intervening here, where you're making some new contracts. You're saying, I want to have a new human experience. I actually learned this a lot sooner than maybe my soul had planned. So I'm coming in here and making a new 5D contract. So there are new energies coming in, and I feel like there is a new spiritual path, because it says that your love life is influenced by your upbringing, someone else's upbringing. Someone could suffer from some childhood woundings here. And this is about you being on that new spiritual path. You've always been on a spiritual path, but there are new beginnings. Smack dab in the middle of your reading is the Fool with the High Priestess. That's all about a new direction, right? We go from the Fool and we take that Fool's journey all the way to the world. And we can have many of them. And some of you are choosing to have another journey in whatever area that's been maybe a little bit ready for change, right? Ready for change. Now, for those of you that are seeking, wanting, or in a true love, true soulmate connection, this is going to increase, or it is going to come into your world, okay? Because this is all about wanting that unconditional love, but it's because you're getting honest with yourself and you're tearing off the masks of a situation that's actually going to allow you to have the romance here of a lifetime, if that's what you are seeking. And they're giving me that song. I finally found the love of a lifetime. I think it's Firehouse. I finally found the love of a lifetime. Now, even if some of you thought that that wasn't possible, okay, or some of you may have changed your mind, and that's okay. It's okay to change your mind. Sometimes we get stuck and we put it back on ourselves as blame or shame, and we say, I can't change my mind. I made a contract with this person in the physical. I married them. I decided to have children with them. I have to stay with them for my children. Right? And sometimes it's that job, right? We have to stay with this job because loyalty comes into the mix. I have to stay for whatever reason. You're not doing that anymore. You're not saying, now I'm not saying you're not being loyal. You are, but I feel like you're getting honest about being okay with changing and pivoting the course or direction of your life. And for those of you that are seeking or wanting true love, we must first be honest with ourselves about what it is that we want. Have we learned the lessons of the past? Can we evolve into a higher level of commitment with someone we're with here? For a lot of you, you're letting someone go that may have even been your true love due to codependency, due to addictions, or due to some sort of upbringing. And you're releasing old beliefs because now you have this new energy coming in, and it's shifting everything. Now, when it comes to the soul's truth, questions that you may be pondering or that your soul really wants you to take a deeper dive into at this time, Aries, you have, what am I most afraid of losing? As we grow, we change, and we transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was, to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Yeah, for those of you that were caught in some sort of a codependent dynamic or to attachments, right? It's time to let go of all that. Today's soul action, name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. That's taking off the mask, Aries. Taking off that mask. And your mantra today is this. I want you to jot this down for those of you that are taking notes, or maybe stick it in your watch later list and come back to it, because this is important. This is probably one of the most important readings I've ever done for you, Aries. And it says, today's mantra, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Oh, I love this. All right, we have here, and this is interesting as well, because a big theme around your reading today is truth and honesty. And we have, what if it isn't true? The thing that you're telling yourself right now. Okay, I'm not saying the thing that happened in the past didn't happen, because it very much did. But what if what's happening in your mind right now isn't true? The concrete reasons why you think that you don't belong, or you can't do it, or you won't get there, or you are not enough, or it's not for you. What if that isn't true at all? Your soul action. It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes. Put your hand on your heart and ask the wise one within you. What if it isn't true? Then what else might be possible? Journal your answers. What lie do you need to let go of to reach your soul's truth? I mean, you can't make this up. These came out together here as well. So there's some sort of lie or some sort of misinformation or something that maybe you believe that's not true for you. It's only kept you stuck. That's what you're getting rid of. And then finally here you have, what can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? And that's what we were talking about earlier, because your soul action is this: make a difference in someone's life today, big or small. I don't care if it's holding the door open for someone, if it's smiling to a stranger, or if it is something even more powerful, more impactful, because all of it, it doesn't mean that one's better than another. It's any act of kindness is energy. It's an energy exchange. So make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Beautiful. And that's what we were talking about earlier. Taking some sort of mistruth or something challenging and turning it into possibly one of the most pivotal, powerful moments or new beginnings or new stories of your life. This is beautiful. All right. We have a couple of spirit animals. And at this time, Aries, I just want you, if you can, close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in from that solar plexus chakra, the belly area. A nice big belly breath. Hold it for as long as you can and release. And I want you to tune into that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows. And imagine an animal or animals that may be showing up in your mind's eye. This could be an animal that flies high in the sky, possibly swims deep in the sea. This animal could be wild, magical, mystical, or domesticated. It could be your own pet, one that's crossed over, or one that's come to you in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Aries. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one lucky winner around the first of each month and post right back here on this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All you need to do, Aries, is drop your animals in the comment section box below. All right, excuse me. We have giraffe. See the big picture. Giraffe energy coming in. Some of you may be in Africa, or you may be in an area or by a zoo that has giraffes as well. That could also show up as a symbol for you to see that big picture. You may also be 29 years old or born on the 29th, but I feel like you have this higher perspective. Again, 5D contract. You're able to see things from a new point of view that you weren't able to see before. That giraffe can see things at higher lengths because it has the advantage. And I feel like you do here as well. And then lastly, you have the starfish. I'm loving the starfish. Some of you are 59 years old. There may be a significant event that's happened around that age, or there will be, but it says here, starfish spirit, open to infinite possibilities. And I just heard retirement. So for those of you that are wanting to retire at 59, I mean, I don't even know the going age of retirement these days, but I feel like some of you are going to retire by that age. Okay, or there's something that you are opening up to. And it says here, again, infinite possibilities, which means the sky's the limit. And we were talking about that here earlier for you, Aries. Now, last but not least, your reading is deep. It's a little longer than maybe I thought, but that's okay. Some of you are 35 years old. You may be in a life path year or life path 8. Or you may be in a personal year 8 as well, which is all about that strength. There could have even been some deep changes around that Lionsgate portal. And the message for you, Aries, is this. Before we wind down your reading, this is all about fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. So again, can you see the synchronicities here? Because they're certainly coming out left and right. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure abiding certainty in your heart. Know that spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved and you're always divinely protected and divinely directed. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. So what that means is, yeah, what we talked about, things are being shown to you. Are you being loyal in return? Or is this something that you are ready to let go of because there's been a lack of? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. And then for some of you, when it comes to letting go, it says here, are you stubborn? And I feel like this is you, Aries. We're going to read this one because I feel like you may resonate more so with this protection message because you're still working on letting go of a few things, as we all are. Don't be so hard on yourself. Remember, after all, we're having these human experiences. Are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea? Or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? Or without that person, or without that job, or without that reputation, or without that secret or lie, whatever this is here for you. It can be difficult. Could it, let's see, now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a sign that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of all the old and all of your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you, so make room. Wow, that goes hand in hand. Look at all these new beginnings that you have coming in. You're opening your heart up. You are working on letting go. And once you do let go, it's going to allow those new energies to come in. So I'm loving the loyal heart here for you, Aries. That is what I have for your September 2023 monthly reading. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Again, it certainly helps get the divine channel messages get out there, and it helps the channel grow. I would love to see you drop those power animals in the comment section box below. And if you're vibing with the energy here and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much, Aries. Lots of love to you.